Hey, I wanted to show off some of the new templating features in Lizzie. So first, just as a refresher, this is a data set that we've defined in here. So it's basically like a little spreadsheet. So you can see we've got different columns: title, cost, image effect, and icon color. So when we have a template, we can bring in a data set. So this is kind of our standard template. So this is the cost up here. The header comes from, you can see here where it says text down here. It says in curly brackets title. So that means it's going to take the title field out of the data set and put it in there. So what we've got now is we've got the ability to, first off, I turn on the rotation. Not turn on, but fix it. So like we could rotate this by 90 degrees or 45 degrees or whatever we want to do on rotation. You can rotate text and icons, anything you want to rotate. But I'm going to put in, what we can do now is do embedded icons. So I want to kind of show how that works. For this text button, I'm going to get a new text box here. I'm going to just size this real quick. And just got some default text here. So what I want to do is I want to show that we can say gain 3, and I'm going to put it in an image. So the way we put in an image is you have to use these tags. So first off, we do have now what are called /b, what are called BB code tags. So if you have parentheses, a bracket B, and then /bracket B at the end, that's going to put something in bold. I can also do bracket I /bracket I for italics. So you see we've got italics now. And similarly, we can do to do an icon in the middle, we would do bracket image bracket, and then we could do any of the named icons that we've got in the system. I've got a whole giant list in another video that shows, but in this case there's one called boots. So I could say gain boots. You can see that there. The other thing we can do is we can now also change it, the color. So we could say color equals red, and it'll make it red boots. Now the nice thing that we can do also is you can substitute in anything from the data set. So instead of boots, let's say we want there's a column called image, okay, which is what this is drawing from. So you see if I go up to this image here, you'll see that the image is curly bracket image, so it basically substitutes in the text. So down here you'll see that it says gain bracket image and then the curly bracket image, so it's going to substitute in from the data set image. So now it says down here gain a heart. If I go through the other cards, you'll see as I go to the other cards that it's going to change that image. The nice thing also is I can, if I increase the size of this, so I go to 18, it scales the image based on that. And it can be at the end too, so I could change this. I can say until, this turn, whatever. So the other thing, of course, is we can embed multiple things. So we could put in the cost. So I could say gain cost, and that cost is this number that's up on top here. So the one, that's this text here, it comes from that curly bracket cost. I'll have to fix this, both being called text 3. Sorry about that. But so now we've got gain, curly bracket cost, and then we've got the image tag, and then curly bracket image, so it's substituting in an image. And of course, as you could probably guess, we could also substitute in the color. So we could say color equals, and before we just said red, but now I can say curly bracket icon color, curly bracket, and it'll do it on red. And so now we've got that effect text on all of these cards. So it's a pretty powerful system. Hopefully it'll be pretty easy for people to understand and use. But any comments are welcome as always. So looking forward to hearing from everybody.